Muscle knows no age. In other words, whether you're 9 or 90, you can have a strong, fit, healthy body. It's not a bad idea to Google 100-year-old athletes and just have a look at what they're doing, because no one here is actually 100. My offsider, Amelia, who worked with me for 5 years, she's a naturopath. She got married. She had a little app on her phone, just a photo of 2 women. Both of them were 80. One of them was overweight, hunched over with a walking stick, and the other one, she had like a sports bra crop top on and then jogging pants on, and you could count her abdominal muscles. She was, both of them were 80. Let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. Has getting up out of your favourite chair started to feel different? That first moment when you go to push yourself up, do you feel a little hesitation, a quiet groan from your knees? Maybe you even find yourself looking for something, the armrest, the edge of the table, to give you just a little extra pull. It's easy to dismiss it, to just shrug and say, well, that's getting older for you. But what if I told you that slight struggle isn't just a normal part of aging? What if it's the first quiet warning sign of something much more serious, something that begins stealing your strength decades before you ever notice it? And what if this single issue is the root cause of the most dangerous accidents for people our age, accidents that can tragically end independence and even lives? The truth is, there's a specific muscle you lose first, and it's the very reason you sometimes can't get up. Today, we're not just going to talk about why this happens. We're going to talk about how you can fight back, how you can rebuild that strength, and how you can protect your independence for years to come. This isn't about fear. It's about giving you the power to take control of your health right now. Before we start, drop in the comments from where you are watching this video and what health topic you'd like to see in the next video. As a special thank you for joining us today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about why you want to win my best-selling book. So when you're on the rebounder, and let me get on the rebounder and show you. So if you're not used to it, you can just go like that. That's called the health bounce. But as you get better at it, I'm not going to jump really, really high, but you get better at it. You get kids, have you seen what kids will do on this? You know, at first, kids are a little bit out of balance, and you might be a little bit out of balance, but the more you do it, the better your balance will be. You can also start by this, just going like that. But this little one's called the health bounce. But when you start jumping, when you're to the height of your jump, every gate opens. Finding sarcopenia, the danger. So what's really happening when that chair feels a little bit lower than it used to? Medicine has a name for it, sarcopenia. It sounds complicated, but it's a simple idea. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that comes with age. Now here's the part that surprises most people. This process doesn't start when you're 70. It begins much, much earlier. We actually start losing a little bit of muscle every year after we hit 30. But for decades, it's so slow we don't even notice it. It's silent, it's stealthy. Then, often around the time we hit our 60s or 70s, that slow decline starts to accelerate. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and faster. And your body doesn't lose this muscle evenly. It goes after a specific type first, your fast twitch muscle fibers. Think of your muscles as having 2 types of fibers. Slow twitch are for endurance, they help you take a long walk, but fast twitch are your power fibers. They're the ones you call on for a sudden, explosive movement, the ones that fire instantly to catch your balance if you slip on an icy patch. The ones that give you the powerful burst to stand up out of a low sofa without using your hands. These are the muscles we lose first. Our legs, our hips, our glutes, our core, our power center. This isn't just about feeling a bit weaker. This is where the real danger begins. Because this loss of power sets in motion a chain of events that can change a life in an instant. It's a cascade, and it starts with a fall. Weak muscles mean poor balance and slower reflexes. A small stumble on a rug, a slight misstep on a curb, things a younger body would correct without a second thought can now become a serious fall. And when you're on the ground, the next question is the most critical one: can you get back up? For someone with advanced sarcopenia, the answer is often no. The very muscles needed to get up off the floor are the ones that have wasted away. This leads to what emergency doctors call a long lie. This is when a person is unable to get up and lies on the floor for an hour or more. Think about that, an hour on a hard, cold floor. The consequences are severe: dehydration, hypothermia, terrifying anxiety, and painful pressure sores. But the initial fall itself often causes a traumatic injury. The most common and most devastating of these is a hip fracture. Your hip is the pillar that holds you up, and breaking it is a catastrophic event. The statistics are sobering. Every year, over 300,000 seniors are hospitalised for a hip fracture. And for those who fall and break a hip, the journey ahead is incredibly difficult. It almost always requires major surgery followed by days or weeks in a hospital bed. And here is the cruelest twist of all. Being immobilised in a bed causes you to lose muscle mass at an astonishing rate. When of 5 days, you can lose 5% of the muscle in your legs in just 2 days of bed rest. The very thing you need to recover strength is being siphoned away by the recovery process itself. This is where the downward spiral begins. The loss of strength leads to a loss of confidence. You become afraid of falling again. That fear is understandable, but it leads to a terrible choice. You move less. You stop going for walks. You avoid stairs. You stay in your chair. But when you move less, your muscles weaken even more. It's a vicious cycle. This cycle leads to a loss of independence. Tasks like grocery shopping, cleaning, even getting dressed become monumental challenges. Often, it leads to a move away from home into assisted living. This is why we have to talk about this. This isn't just about weakness, it's about life and death. The data is heartbreakingly clear. For a senior, breaking a hip can be as life-threatening as a heart attack. The 1-year mortality rate after a hip fracture is alarmingly high. This is the ultimate cost of sarcopenia. It's not just about losing muscle, it's about losing your freedom, your independence, and ultimately it can cost you your life. But I told you this wasn't a sentence, it's a warning. And a warning means we have time to act. The solution: how to fight back and build muscle. This sounds scary, I know. But here is the most important message of this entire video. Sarcopenia is not a sentence. It is largely preventable and even reversible. Your body is waiting for you to give it the signal to grow stronger at any age. The number one tool: resistance training, not just walking. Now, the most important thing we can do to fight back is to use the right tool for the job. The human growth hormone also causes the body to stop burning glucose as fuel and become a fat burner. How so? Do you remember we looked at how glucose burns at 4 calories per gram and fat burns at 9 calories per gram? When you're moving, the body wants a little bit more efficient fuel supply. And so it starts burning fat as fuel. Because remember what a calorie is, it's a unit of energy. So when it's burning fat, it's giving more than twice the units of energy than glucose. The human growth hormone also increases the body's ability to utilize protein. This week we've been looking at the importance of eating sufficient protein. We've been looking at the importance of keeping your hydrochloric acid nice and strong by leaving ideally 5 or 6 hours between the meal, drinking adequate water between the meals, chewing your meals well, having your lightest meal at the end of the day. Now we're looking at something else, and that is your high-intensity exercise causing a release of the human growth hormone increases your body's ability to utilize the protein. My son James, he's a bodybuilder as a hobby, He says when you do that high intensity, you lay a bed of hot coals at the cellular level. And when you lay a bed of hot coals at the cellular level, you can sit at the table at breakfast and you can put the logs in. And when you got a bed of hot coals in the fire, the more logs you put in, the brighter it burns. Is that right? So when you do your morning exercise and come and sit down, that fuel that you're putting in, that's going to burn bright. But how many people get up in the morning, a few steps to the bathroom, then a few steps to the table? They haven't laid a bed of hot coals at the cellular level, and they're putting the logs in and they've got no energy. We need to lay that bed of hot coals early in the morning. That's the best time to exercise. And I need to bust a myth here, because I know many of us believe that walking is the best exercise. And listen, walking is wonderful. It's fantastic for your heart, your lungs and your mood. Please don't stop walking. But for building back the specific power muscles, we're losing those fast twitch fibers. Walking alone isn't enough. It's like trying to hammer a nail with a screwdriver. It's the wrong tool. Walking is endurance. It uses your slow twitch fibers. To rebuild the muscles that get you out of a chair, we need to challenge your body with resistance. We need to gently stress the muscle. So it says, okay, I need to get stronger here. This is called strength or resistance training, and it is the absolute #1 most effective weapon against sarcopenia. And before you picture bodybuilders grunting under heavy barbells, let me stop you right there. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about simple, functional and safe movements that directly translate to the activities of your daily life. Let's talk about a few of the best exercises. The golden rule is safety first. Always talk to your doctor before starting any new exercise program. Start slow. Your goal is not strain, it's stimulus. Use a sturdy chair for balance. Focus on perfect form, not on how many you can do. First, and this is the most important one, the sit to stand or chair squat. This is the exercise that mimics the exact motion we need to master. Sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Lean your chest forward slightly and push up through your entire foot, especially your heels, to stand up. Try not to use your hands at all. Then slowly lower yourself back down. That's it. That single movement is rebuilding your core power. Second, heel raises for calf strength. Hold onto your countertop, rise up onto your tiptoes, hold for a second and slowly lower down. Strong calves are your foundation for balance. Third, step-ups. Using a bottom stair or a low sturdy step, practice stepping up and then stepping down. Lead with one leg for a few, then switch. This builds single leg stability. You can also do leg curls, pulling your heel towards your glute, and leg extensions, straightening your knee using a resistance band or a light ankle weight. These target the specific muscles in your thighs. Finally, a simple deadlift. This is a fancy term for a hip hinge. Hold onto a chair for support. With a soft bend in your knees, hinge at your hips, pushing your bottom back as if you're closing a car door with your hands full. Keep your back straight. Then squeeze your glutes to return to standing. This strengthens your entire backside, your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your true getting up muscles. This isn't about getting sore. It's about getting strong. It's about sending your body a daily message that those muscles are not for retiring. They are needed. The fuel, nutrition for muscle maintenance. Now, let's talk about fuel. Because you can do all the right exercises, but if your body doesn't have the building blocks to repair and build that muscle, you're fighting a losing battle. This is where nutrition comes in, and it's probably the biggest place where we seniors need to make a change. We have to talk about the protein problem. It's a simple fact that as we get older, our appetites often change. We might not feel as hungry, or we might gravitate towards softer, easier to eat foods that are often carbohydrates. On top of that, our bodies become less efficient at processing the protein we do eat. It's called anabolic resistance. Think of it like this, where a younger body might use 80% of the protein from a chicken breast to build muscle, our bodies might only use 60%. The rest gets used for other things or wasted. So, what's the solution? We need more of it. We have to consciously eat more protein than we think we need. The general goal for us is to aim for 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of our body weight every single day. Now, I know that sounds like scientific jargon, so let's break it down. First, take your weight in pounds and divide it by 2.2 to get your weight in kilograms. So if you weigh 150 pounds, that's about 68 kilograms. Now multiply that by 1.2. That gives you about 80 grams of protein. That's your daily target. For many of us, that's a lot more than we're used to eating. But here's the critical trick. You can't just eat all 80 grams at dinner. Your body can only use so much at once. Instead, you need to spread it out, aiming for about 25 to 30 grams of protein at every meal to constantly signal your muscles to repair and grow throughout the day. So, what does 25-30 grams of protein look like? It's a good bowl of lentils, it's about a cup of Greek yogurt, it's 2 eggs plus a couple of ounces of cheese. For my plant-based friends, it's a firm tofu scramble, a hearty lentil soup, or a bowl of beans and rice. I also want to mention 2 other key players. First, vitamin D. It's crucial for muscle function and strength. Many of us are deficient, so talk to your doctor about getting your levels checked and whether a supplement is right for you. Second, there's an amino acid called leucine. It's like the master switch that tells your muscles to start growing. You'll find it in high amounts in whey protein, eggs, lentil seeds, and nut and fish. If you struggle to hit your protein goals through food alone, there is no shame whatsoever in using a protein shake. It's a convenient, effective tool. Remember, this isn't about a diet. It's about strategic eating. You are giving your body the specific materials it needs to answer the call of your new exercise routine and rebuild the strength that is your right, the supporting cast. Other essential factors. While exercise is the form and nutrition provides the building materials, building a strong body requires a whole crew. Think of these next factors as your essential supporting cast. Ignore them and your hard work in the gym and kitchen won't be nearly as effective. But embrace them and you create a powerful environment for your body to thrive. First, and this is a big one, sleep. This is when the magic really happens. You break down the muscle tissue with exercise, but it's during deep quality sleep that your body does the repairs. It releases growth hormone, it stitches those microscopic tears back together stronger than before, and it replenishes your energy stores. If you're not sleeping well, you're essentially doing the demolition work but never calling in the construction crew. You're sabotaging your own efforts. Prioritize sleep as if your strength depends on it, because it absolutely does. Create a calm bedtime routine, keep your room dark and cool, and think of every good night's sleep as a direct investment in your independence. Next, let's talk about hydration. This might seem too simple, but it's vitally important. Your muscle tissue is about 75% water. Even being a little bit dehydrated has a dramatic effect. It makes your muscles weaker, slower, and far more prone to cramps. It also drastically slows down recovery because your body needs water to transport all those nutrients to the muscles and flush out the waste products from your workout. If you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Make water your constant companion. Keep a glass on your nightstand and a bottle with you during the day. Herbal teas and broths count too. Your muscles are relying on that fluid to stay supple, powerful, and ready for action. Finally, we have balance practice. This is the unsung hero of fall prevention. Strength gives you the power to correct a stumble, but balance is the neurological system that tells you you're stumbling in the first place. This is called proprioception, your body's awareness of itself in space. The fantastic news is that you can improve it with tiny, consistent habits woven right into your day. The easiest one, practice standing on one foot while you're doing something else. Hold onto the counter for support and brush your teeth standing on one leg, then switch sides. Do it while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. This isn't about lasting a minute, it's about giving your brain and your ankles a daily tune-up. This simple, few seconds long practice dramatically improves your stability and can make all the difference between catching yourself and taking a fall. These three elements, sleep, hydration and balance practice, are not afterthoughts. They are foundational pillars. They work silently in the background, supporting the work you're doing, making every rep and every bite of protein count that much more. They are how you build a body that is not just strong but resilient. Putting it all together, conclusion. Muscle knows no age, so whether you're 8 or 80, you can have a strong, fit body. And I believe that it's very important for us to prepare for our latter years. How many people don't do that, and their latter years, unfortunately, are spent in misery? So let's bring it all together. That struggle to get up isn't a life sentence, it's a wake-up call. It's your body telling you those power muscles need your attention. We fight back on 3 fronts. First, with strength training, not just walking, using exercises like chair squats and step-ups to rebuild our foundation. Second, with targeted nutrition, focusing on protein at every meal to provide the raw materials for repair. And third, by supporting it all with quality sleep, steady hydration and daily balance practice. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. This is about being able to get off the floor to play with your grandkids. It's about carrying your own groceries and walking confidently through the park. It's about holding on to your independence, your vitality and your life. Your body is waiting for your instructions. It's ready to get stronger at any age. All you have to do is ask. And that's it again for today. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. It really supports this channel. Subscribe for more tips on taking control of your health as we age. And most importantly, share this with someone you love. This information's too important to keep to yourself. What's one small change you'll make this week? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay healthy.